Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today is the 1st of January. Happy New Year. And I asked you guys on Instagram if you guys wanted me to post a 1-year post graduation update about my life, and you guys said yes, so here I am. So today I decided that I was gonna do a get ready with me while I talk about you know, life post graduation and all of that. So to get started, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face with Benefit Professional, and yeah, we're gonna roll with that. I'm looking extra crusty right now, sorry. 2020 is bringing me clear skin in the name of Jesus. I decree and declare, and can't nobody tell me nothing. All right, so let's hop right into it. So for those of you who know me, or I should start with those of you who don't know me, I am 21 years old, born and raised in Miami, Florida, and I started college when I was 16. Actually, I was 15. I started in the summer of 2014. I was dual enrolled in high school, got my AA when I graduated, and then I came to Orlando to attend UCF 2016, and then I majored in business administration, pretty broad, no specific specialization or anything like that, and I graduated last December 2018, and now I'm full-fledged working woman doing my thing out here, and life is great. Life is great. I know a lot of y'all had a rough 2019, and it was rough for me too, but I wouldn't say it was rough, it was tough, but the second half was definitely redemption, and I'm out here living my best life, and I'm about to show y'all, or tell y'all, how I got to this point. So let's start off at the beginning of 2019. So I had recently graduated in that December, so I was just applying to jobs here and there. I started applying to jobs really the semester that I was about to graduate, because I wanted to make sure that I was straight once I graduated. I didn't want to wait, because everybody knows it doesn't take 1 week to find a job after graduation. So I went into 2019 unemployed for the first 2 months, and honestly, unemployment is, if you have family, unemployment is not that bad. It's actually kind of relaxing, but after a while you just like, okay, I need my own money. So once like Christmas was over and the new year had come, I started applying to jobs heavily, and I knew that I didn't want to do sales, so I was trying to steer clear of sales jobs. I wanted to focus in management or HR, so those are the kind of jobs I was applying to. And after a while, I just kept getting rejected, more rejections after rejections, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go to like customer service, those type of positions that are easy to get. And they was rejecting me too. So I was like, baby, hold on, I'm about to do my eyebrows with my BH Cosmetics palette. When you run out of eyebrow pencil, use an eyeshadow, period. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, they were rejecting me, and I was like, Jesus, what do you want me to do? So I was like, you know what, I said I wanted to do management, so I'm just gonna focus in that area. So I started applying to jobs in management again, and this time I think I got an email from like the HR of the Hertz rental cars, and they were like, it was a manager trainee program, which is exactly what I was wanting to do, but at the same time they paid like $12 an hour, and you start off as a sales associate, obviously. So I was like, I need to keep my options open at this point. I just need a job to pay my rent, because I put my February rent on my credit card, and I was like, that's not gonna keep happening. So I went ahead and submitted my application, and a week later, if that, they called me in for an interview. So I went in, and immediately when I got there, I got to the Hertz location, and this is like the west side of Orlando, so this is like the hood. So I got there, and immediately when I got in, it just felt like really home. I just felt like I was in a comfortable place. Like I felt like I was in the right place, and that's always a good sign. So the interview went very well. Manager was very impressed. I had my questions written down. I had my little binder thing they tell you to carry, and it went really well. So then within the next day or two, they were like, okay, we're gonna set up the next interview with the area manager. And so I came in for that. He really liked me, vice versa. We had a great conversation, and the HR person that set up the interview, she told me to tell her how the interview went after I did it. So I emailed her. I was like, it went really well. I liked the conversation that we had, and so on and so forth. She was like, that's really great, because they decided that they want to extend the offer to you. I was like, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, let's go. Because I was ready to get started. Like, nobody wants to sit around all day waiting, not doing anything productive. So I needed to get to work, and this was finally my opportunity. So of course I accepted, because nobody else was calling my phone talking about, do you want a job? So obviously I accepted the offer. And usually, well, I noticed a pattern when it comes to like jobs and education. Only one company or whoever will contact me, and that's just how it is. I never had multiple offers to choose from or anything like that. But that's fine with me, because all I need is one. So I started working there in February. It started off really well. I love my coworkers. They're still my good friends to this day. So I thank God for blessing me with people that I actually liked. Because when you work with people every day, they become like your family. And they were really my only friends. I mean, I had friends, but they were still in college, so everybody was like doing their finals and all that stuff. And it's just different when you're working versus somebody who's in school still. So you need people to relate to in that sense. But yeah, so it started off well. Within the first 3 days, they started me on a Wednesday, and then when I got there, they were like, oh, we're sending you to Jacksonville for sales training. I was like, hotel, food included? Okay, period. And it was the week of Valentine's Day. And I was like, listen, this couldn't have come at a better time. So I went to Jacksonville, did the sales training. We had a nice time. It was a little tiring, and it was a little, since I was so new, I was still like, I had no idea even how to apply what I was learning, but eventually I caught on. And yeah, so I was excelling. I was doing great. Like in March, after a month that I was there, I already had the best sales for the month of March. So, and they treat you to like a lunch or whatever, so we did that. That was nice. But after a while, like a few months, really, it doesn't take me long to pick up on anything. So after a few months, things started to get a little hostile with the management. Not with me necessarily, but with other employees. It was just, I think any retail job that you have is going to be rough. Like, if it's not the people, it's the employers, it's the people who are employing you. After a while, it was like, okay, $12 an hour for this job is not cutting it, because they had a slaving out there for $12 an hour. And to be honest, $12 an hour with a bachelor's degree, that's offensive. That's insulting. Like, you think that's what I'm worth after I spent 13 years of my life in school? You gonna pay me $12 an hour? And that's before tax. So imagine, I might as well work part-time for $14 an hour. So that was that. It went downhill real quick. I just after a while, like, people started quitting, and then they were so slow to hire people to fill their positions, and the turnover was high. With any retail job, the turnover is gonna be high. So Yeah, that's what I was dealing with. And then the branch that I worked at, we had 2 locations, and basically, that's the wrong color. Basically, this is Fenty concealer, by the way, in 420. I'm gonna conceal my under eyebrow with this. Basically, they had one person working at a Toyota dealership renting cars to like the people who were getting their cars repaired by Toyota. And there was one person working there, like no cleaning, no utility person. So whoever was there literally had to clean the cars. The cars would be parked all the way on the other side. Toyota is, if you've seen any Toyota dealership or any dealership period, you know they're not small. And you know, like, there's always 2 different sides, hella walking. So I'm just like, they had me over there like once a week. One time I was over there for a whole week by myself. I was like, that's not how it's gonna be. And then in August, more people were supposed to be leaving. One of my close friends, he's moving to Arizona in August. And I was like, well, I need to figure something out, because I'm not about to be over here running stuff by myself for $12 an hour. Had they been paying me correctly, maybe I would have lasted longer. But I stayed for 6 months. That was long enough for me. And those type of jobs are really just stepping stones. Not really jobs that you want to stay at for a long period of time. But I'm grateful that they gave me the opportunity to learn and to have my first experience outside of college. So I didn't have time to do what I liked. I didn't know, like, it's so easy to get caught up into this cycle of just eat, sleep, go to work, and repeat. And I always wanted to make sure that I was living my life with purpose. And no matter where I went, I knew that I was going to be a blessing to other people. But after a while, you just can't take it anymore. Like, I needed time to myself. I felt like I was so far from community. Once you graduate college, you're always surrounded by people in college. And so when you graduate, it's like a whole drastic change that you have to get used to. Like, you have to actually go out and make friends and all of that. And if you're working all the time, when do you have time to do that? And to be social and to actually enjoy life? Like, I was just working to make money and spend it on rent, and then doing the same thing. Like, that's not the kind of life that I wanted to live. So that's also part of the reason why I left. But mainly they didn't value their employees. They didn't take care of their employees. All they cared about was their money, their bonuses, of course. Which is exactly why I hate sales environments. But I did what I had to do, and I quit in August, right before my birthday. So I had a nice birthday vacation. I had all this planned out, but I was ready. I planned this out. I saved my money. That's major key. Save your money while you're working at these stepping stone jobs, because when you get fed up and you want to quit, ain't nobody gonna be stopping me. I saved my money. If I need to quit before I find a new job, I can do that because I have savings. And that's exactly what I did. I was not stressed out. I was not pressed. So when I was applying to jobs during that time after my birthday, I was taking my time, and I was very conscious of where I was applying to. I made sure that I wasn't going to go after any opportunity. So I had my birthday celebration. After all that was over, I came back to, well, I was down in Miami. I came back, started applying again, and then a week or so later, I got a call from this company, and they were like, hey Mercy, we really liked your resume, going in with Fenty 420, and they said, we really liked your resume and we would like to bring you in for an interview. And that's what I like to hear, because companies, they love to be calling you, talking about, oh, let's do a phone interview, see how, things go. No, I don't want to do no phone interview, because you see my resume. What else do you need to know? You just bring me in to see if my resume matches my face and what I can do. And that's all you need to know. Like, you don't need to be doing a phone interview and going through all these phases. Like, I sat through a 3-hour interview, met with 5 different people for a company that didn't even hired me. So I'm just like, I'm not wasting my time no more. If you're not trying to bring me in for an interview, then don't call me. So I like that. They were straight to the point. And I was like, I let the phone ring because I don't answer numbers that I don't know, that I don't have saved. So if it's important, they can leave a message. So since she left a message, I was like, okay, I'll call her back in like an hour or two. Because I was impressed. Like, I was chilling. So I called her back. And she was like, when are you available to do it? I was like, I'm available today. But we scheduled the interview for the next day. And I went in. Turns out, I looked up the place. It was literally 1 minute across from my apartment. So I was like, bet. So I pull up. It's a really nice building. Very well kept. I walk in. Everyone's dressed casually. I was like, casual environment. I can live with that. Okay. And the interview went very well. They gave me a tour. And it felt like they were trying to sell me the job. So I was like, I felt like it was just a very good interview compared to all the interviews I had done before, and them just wasting my time grilling me. Like, you're either interested or you're not. Okay. So 2 days later, they called me and offered me the job, and I was just so relieved. I was like, yes. I was relieved, but I low-key wanted a couple more weeks to just relax. Because I had my savings, y'all. I'm not crazy. I had my savings, so why not just enjoy these next 2 weeks vacation? A vacation, you know what I'm saying? But you know, they were like, oh, so I started the week after that, and I'm there to this day. I've been there for four months and a week, I think. And it's just been such a just a blessing to have this job. Like, I'm right across the street. I can wear whatever I want as long as it's work appropriate, of course. They have a gym in the office. It's very like chill and free. Everybody is so nice and welcoming, and I just really appreciate that, because you want to be somewhere that people value you, and also take the time to get to know you. So shout out to y'all. So yeah, everything's pretty amazing. Like, and since I started working there, my schedule is 9 to 6. So I really have so much more time to do things that I love to do. And for a while, it took me a very long time to reconnect with what I like to do, because when you're working constantly and going in a cycle that's unconscious, you just forget everything, and it's just work and survival. You're in survival mode. And so but now that I've had time to just get back to myself, I've been able to, y'all see me on Instagram, I've been playing keyboard, I'm in the choir now, I'm so involved in church now. And before, like, I could barely attend any church events because I was just always exhausted. I never wanted to go anywhere, because the free time that I did have, I used that to rest. So it was really hard, and I felt like during that time that I was working for Hertz, I didn't feel like I was the best friend or the best daughter or cousin or niece, because I always would call my family. Regardless, I always talk to my parents, but for everyone else, they used to hear from me a lot, and I went almost like a year without talking to my extended family without even noticing, because you just working and working and working, you just lose track of time. So yeah, but now I'm back and I'm better. The second half of 2019 has blessed me in a way that I cannot even speak of. So I can't even be mad at 2019. Like, I have genuinely learned so much about myself. I appreciate myself so much more. My value has increased 120%, honey, and I don't take that lightly. So I recommend that y'all don't let anybody into your life, into your house, because your body is a sanctuary, your house is a sanctuary. And if you're at peace, you should be very careful that you don't just let anybody into that space. So while I'm on that subject, as far as dating goes and love and all that stuff, it really don't exist in my life, to be honest. Yeah, because I like men, but boys like me. So that's all I got to say about that. I think there's a lot of immature people that are my age. I don't ever date people my age because it's just a waste of time, to be honest. And especially at the level that I am at in my life, I'm not a normal 21-year-old. So I can't just be dating these little boys out here, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I don't have a problem being single. I have so much to focus on. Like, I'm working on a lot of things this 2020 that need my full attention. And I just want to be a better friend, better daughter, better sister. And I just want to grow, you know. That's another thing. If you're not growing where you're at, then you need to let that go. Because why hold on to something that's not benefiting you in the long run? That could be a job, that could be a person, that could be anything. So please take that into account. And before I forget, I had a few questions sent to me if I haven't answered them already. So somebody asked, how do I deal with organizing my next steps? How do I deal with organizing my next steps? I don't know. I've always been a person that likes to write things down. So I don't really know. I've never, like I said, like whenever I get opportunities, it always comes in one. Like the first job I had, it was the only job that I was offered. The second job that I'm at now, it was the only one that was offered. Like I literally did not hear from anyone else out of all of those applications I submitted. Matter of fact, I'm still getting rejection letters through my email to this day that I applied to positions 4 months ago. So it really, what was the question? How to deal with that? I just write stuff down and give it to God. That's all I do. And then the same person asked, how do you deal with not getting overwhelmed with all the stuff in front of you? That's probably not the question you want to ask me, because I do not stress over anything, okay? When you have a good God like that, like this, like him, it's hard to stress. Like, I don't know. I guess the most stressful time that I had was after graduation, trying to find a job. But that really wasn't too stressful. It was tough. The waiting period was tough. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, one thing about me, I'm gonna sleep. So ain't nothing gonna overwhelm. Yes, as I was saying, we are all put on this earth for a purpose. And if you don't know your creator, then you're not gonna know your purpose. So just know that God is in control. Give it over to him and he will show you the path that you need to take.
So yeah. Anyway, so I just used my Fenty in 420. I told y'all that. I used my Fenty concealer in 420, and I also went in with the shade 380 to brighten up my under eye. So now I'm going to take my Sacha Buttercup Cosmetics powder, which I'm running out of. I need to restock. I'm going to take some of that and set all the places that I concealed. Period. Just pat that in.
So let me tell y'all, I guess, how I got to this point of the state of mind that I'm in. I don't really know. You just got to get involved in you have to find a community of people that you just really like to be around, spend time with, and get involved in giving back to the community that you're currently in. Whether you're home or in school, there's always a community around you that needs help. And if you're facing something in life that is causing you distress, the best way to get out of that, this thing got in my eye. Best way to get out of that is to get out of yourself and to go help other people who are in need. That's the best advice I can give anybody, because when you're helping other people, you forget about your own problems. And then you also realize, you start putting things into perspective and realize how blessed you actually are to even be at the point that you are at. So y'all got to stop having pity parties and open your eyes and ask for new vision. This 2020, we got 2020 vision. We going in with a clear mind, positive thinking. So it ain't gonna be no more of that Debbie Down beater, whatever they call her. Ain't gonna be no more of that. We are positive Polly, okay? So that's what I got to say about that. As far as friendships, I can't even talk about small circles, because I know so many people and I hang out with so many different people that I really can't even say that, because that would be I would just be lying. But just keep people around you that are positive and that really want to support you in your endeavors, that add to your life. No drama. Honestly, I haven't had any drama in my life since high school until like 2019. It was a little drama. It was a little drama. But we don't need that. Really don't need that.
Stay close to your family. Oh, another point is, on the topic of friendship, no matter how good of a friend you are to people or how good of friends you have around you, people are always going to disappoint you. They're always going to fail you at some point, because that's just our human nature. So, if you are relying on people to bring you comfort, to bring you happiness, they can bring you happiness, but ultimately we want joy, because no one can take away joy. Joy is not caused by circumstances. That comes from God. So if you have joy, nobody can take that away from you. So that's what we want. That's what we want in 2020. Okay. Forget about being happy. You want joy. So, and the only way to have that is to keep God as your reliable source. That's it. That's the magic. That's how I can sleep well at night. I sleep very well at night, and that's just how I go about life. Like, I don't stress about anything. I guess my next steps after, now that I'm finally stable and steady in my career, my next steps is to find an apartment. I still live in college-style apartments. I have 3 roommates, and they're pretty good roommates. Like, I can't even complain about them. But I'm ready to be on my own. Because when you come home, like when you come home from a long day, you don't really want to be bothered by nobody, and you just want peace and quiet. And you can never control what other people do. So I just want my own place. I could do with 1 roommate, that's fine, but I don't want just anybody to be my roommate, because, like I said, your house should be a sanctuary. Your body is a temple, and you should not just let anybody interrupt that space like that. So be very cautious about who you're rooming with, and that can also affect the energies that you have and all of that. So if you're trying to be positive, you don't want a Debbie Down beater in your house every day, do you? I don't think so. So now I'm gonna go in with some blush. I got this blush from Shop Miss A. Everything's like $1. It's a really pretty blush. It's called like Rose, something rose, but it's really nice. It's broken as well. Like everything in my makeup is broken. So I'll be real gentle with this one.
So I talked about some things in my previous video that some of you might not have seen, so I'll just mention it again. How did I know that it was time to leave my job? Like I said before, I felt very, very, very distant and disconnected from community, from God, most importantly. And that's really the only excuse that I needed to leave, because if whatever you're doing is taking so much of your time that you cannot have relationships and be consistent, then let it go. And also, if you're holding on to something that you know you should let go, you're gonna miss your blessing. You're gonna miss your destiny. But God, the funny thing about God, he always gonna reroute you to where you're supposed to be. But if you continuously make decisions without consulting him or without thinking, then you're just gonna take longer to get to where you need to be. And I'd rather get it right the first time. I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather not go through all the trials and tribulations, even though it makes you stronger. But if you don't have to go through it, then just do what you need to do the first time. Get it right. Whew. But anyway, it took faith to leave that job because, like I said, I did not have any jobs lined up. With that kind of job that I was working, there was no time to even set up an interview. There was no time to do anything to even get another job, which is probably a trick. Anyway, that's probably why they set it up like that.
But I'm gonna do a little bit of eyeshadow because I plan on taking some flicks, you feel me? So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use my Jaclyn Hill palette, and shout out to my cousin. She traded me this one for my BH Cosmetics blush palette. So thank you, cousin. I'm just gonna take like a shimmery shade. My outfit is gonna be emerald green, so I'm gonna just do a little gold or something, and that should do. I'm gonna just do a little gold right here. Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, this 2019 was actually like a pretty dope year. I learned so much about myself. I love myself so much more. I'm more comfortable in my skin, and if y'all know me, y'all know my skin is a wreck. Y'all seen me just 2 seconds ago. And it's just been something that I've been struggling with for so long, since basically I started college in Orlando. That's when my skin just broke out like crazy. And me, I can't have no bumps on my face, so I got to pick it. And that's what led me to where I am now. But it's been rough because when my face was first starting to break out, like, people were like, what happened to your face? Like, first of all, you don't come up to somebody and ask them what happened to your face. That's rude. And everybody wanted to know what happened, but nobody had a solution to my problem. So if you're not coming to me with a solution, then you can just shut up, to be honest. If you don't have a solution, then don't talk. Period. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, back to being positive. So,
just taking a little blush shade. Eyeshadow is so easy, y'all. Like, it's just a form of art, really. Just taking that. I'm going out to dinner with my girls, and I was just so happy because I've really been wanting to wear this outfit somewhere, and we were just like, well, let's go out and get cute. And what a great way to bring in 2020. I think it's great. Going with some dark brown over here. I really need some new brushes. These are like the basic MAC brushes that I got when I first started doing makeup. And I just have never upgraded since.
oh, I forgot to mention, back on the topic of graduation. After graduation, it's very highly likely that a lot of people will face depression or be in a depressing state or an emotional state of sadness because they just don't know what direction to go into. And that's why I keep stressing that faith is very important at this time in your life, because you need to believe in something, whatever it is. If you don't want it to be God, it gotta be, you need something to base your faith upon. Man alone is not good enough. But yeah, depression is real. I definitely went through, not while I was looking for employment, but while I was working in retail. It was very rough. Like, I was waking up hating going to work. My attitude shifted drastically because I'm always happy and I don't let things affect me at all, really. But after a while, like, it just got really bad to even where my manager noticed that my attitude was so negative, or I was just always pouting, frowning. I wasn't smiling. I was very negative, which is very unlike me. So he noticed and he pulled me into his office and he's like, yo, what's going on with you? Like, you seem very different lately. I was like, to be real with you, I'm about to resign from this position. And I told him straight up, because they need to know. They need to know what's going on with their employees. I don't think that should be something that you hold to yourself. And if they, after you tell your employer what's up, they should be able to offer you an ultimatum, or not an ultimatum, like a resolution to fix whatever's going on with you. And at this point, I was already, like, my decision was made. I was leaving regardless of anything. Like, I was just ready to go. Like, I could not do it anymore. So he was like, oh, let me give you some days off. Mind you, they weren't paid days. He just gave me some days off. I'm just like, bro, slide some vacation holidays up in there or something. Like, how you just gonna give me a day off without pay? Like, what does that do? So, but during that time that I had off, it just confirmed my decision even more, because like I said, I was already at the point where I was just ready to go, and nothing was gonna stop me or convince me to stay longer, because I had already done my course, if you ask me.
So I'm going in with Coco Loco Jordana liner, lip liner from Walgreens, my good and faithful servant. I have this LA Colors lip gloss that I also got from Walgreens. Don't be sleeping on these drugstore products, okay? They come through, especially Maybelline, L'Oreal. Excuse me. I hope I don't look crazy because my forehead is like not blended at all. But I tried my best though. It'll be alright. I'm still gonna look fire in these pictures though. So then I would go in with my Fenty lip gloss, but it's in my bag and I don't feel like getting up, so I'm gonna just leave that as is. And I'll put some Vaseline over this to settle it down a little bit. So I'm going in with Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Just gonna pop that on. I'm not putting on no eyelashes or nothing because, quite frankly, I struggle with that. And I don't think y'all want to be here all day watching me trying to struggle with these eyelashes when God blessed me with these. I'm good off that. So,
what was I even talking about? Depression. It's very real. So if you're going through that at the moment, it's gonna be okay. Your light at the end of the tunnel is coming. You just got to keep pressing on. Never let rejection stop you from manifesting your destiny. Whew. And just keep going. Never stop. Because you have to know that if you believe that you're a child of God, you have to know that everything works out for your good and in your favor. And like I said before, we are all here for a purpose. And I'm blessed to know what my purpose is. And I hope that if you don't know yours, that you will find out soon.
ew. Alright. Last but not least, I got my Anastasia Sun Dipped palette for my glow kit. I'm going to go in with bronze on my cheeks. This palette is so broken. Like, everything's crushed and shambles. The only one that's not broken is Moonstone, and I don't even use that because it's not really for black people, you know what I'm saying? I'm just pop a little bit of that on because you really don't need much. You want to glow within, you know what I'm saying? You want to look like you're glowing within. So that's what we're going for today. Y'all let me know if you guys like these kind of videos. Let me tell y'all, I really don't post makeup videos or tutorials anymore because I just hate editing, to be honest. I'm going to be real with y'all. And it's not really the editing that I hate, it's the music that I need to find to put in my videos so it's not awkward and you're not just watching it in silence. That's really why I don't post videos. And I'm not trying to be copyrighted because I want to, if I'm going to put a video with music, I want to have good music. And it's just hard. And YouTube is getting stricter and stricter with all these rules now. So that's just why I don't post tutorials anymore and all that stuff unless I'm talking, because if you're talking, then I don't need music. So that's why I decided to do this video the way I did it, since y'all never see me do my makeup anymore. But yeah, it's like 5 o'clock, so the sun is going down. I'm trying to speed it up. I'm about done anyway. And at this point, I'm just rambling. Yeah, I don't even care what I'm saying at this point. So,
gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helps some of you guys put things into perspective and just keep pushing through, no matter where you are in your life, even if you're not graduated or whatever, wherever you are in your life, just know that everything's gonna work out together for your good in Jesus' name. And that's pretty much all. Happy New Year, everybody. Like, I really hope y'all have a blessed and prosperous new year, this 2020. Really, yeah, everybody's claiming clear vision, but did y'all ask God for vision? That's what y'all need to do. So go ahead, get on your knees and start praying and ask God for clarity in your life, because that's another thing. This is why I'm not ever stressed about nothing. I don't really get too sad about things, because God has given me so much clarity this past year that I don't have to question what he's doing, because it all just makes sense to me. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I'm just blessed in that way. So if y'all really want 2020 vision, ask God for clarity and provision in your life. And y'all have a blessed new year. I'm gonna set my face with this Cooler setting spray. But yeah, and I'm out of here. So y'all have a blessed time. Turn up, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.